productive. Yeah.
Yes. Sometimes we need to put or exert more energy, of course, to be productive of what we are doing. Okay, number two. Please read the answer.
Stress is counterproductive. We all work at a different pace, and hurrying to get more done is merely self defeat, uh,
Defeating.
defeat, defeating. We should concentrate on the task at hand and complete it to the best of our ability before moving on to the next one. Then projects would not have to be finished in the sleep should manner or redone, and we would all have fever health problems as well.
Okay. So stress is counterproductive. We all work at different pace, and hurrying to get more done is merely self-defeating. We should concentrate on the task at hand and complete it to the best of our ability before moving on to the next one. Then projects would not have be finished in a slipshod manner or redone, and we all have fewer health problems as well. Okay. So according to this person, yeah, we all work at a different pace. Okay, we have different pacing, and we also have different timelines. Example, if you see your neighbor who has achieved a lot of things, yeah, in life, do not worry because you have different pace. You have different pace and you have different timeline. It does not necessarily mean that when your neighbor achieve these things, you also have to achieve all those things because you have your own time. You have your own time. Okay. Now, what about number five? What are the symptoms of stress? Please read number one.
When work really gets me down, I get several
Severe,
headaches,
severe, severe.
severe headaches, and can't
Concentrate. Can't concentrate.
find myself at times like this. I know I should just take some time off, but usually the stress manifests itself in the middle of the project, not when it is nearly complete. So I can't quit. I just have to grit my teeth and keep working until I'm done.
Okay. What do you understand in this answer? What are the symptoms he
The
shows?
symptoms just including headaches, not concentrate,
Yes.
and not sleep very well.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah,
The
and
person
sometimes that is
headache, can't concentrate, and don't sleep very well. Okay. In this person, when he is stressed, when she is stressed, these are the symptoms that she feels: severe or very headache. Yeah, severe, intense headache. And she can't also concentrate. And she don't sleep very well. These are the symptoms. These are the symptoms that she feels. Okay. These are the symptoms that she feels about about feeling stressed. He also find himself drinking more. At times like this, he know that he should take some time off. But usually the stress manifests itself in the middle of a project, not when it is nearly complete. So I can quit. I just have to grit my teeth and keep working until I'm done. Okay. So when she is also or he is also stressed, he find himself drinking more. And he knows in that time, he knows that he should have to take some time off. When he feels intense headache, when he cannot concentrate, when he cannot focus when he what he is doing, and we cannot when he, and when he cannot sleep well, he knows that he is stressed and that he finds time, okay? He gives some time for himself to relax. Okay, that is his remedy. Now, number two, please read number two.
The worst thing about stress is that is erodes, right?
Erodes.
Erodes one's joy of life. I'm normally a pretty going out sort of person who finds a lot of things to laugh about. A smile is part of my usual attire. But when the going gets tough, I know that's only the tough get going. So I have to abandon my carefree attitude and get serious about my job. I'm afraid the stressed out me is not a very pleasant fellow for my family and colleagues to be with. But at least he's only temporary. Eventually, Mr. Nice Guy comes back. I don't know, Mr. Nice Guy come back.
Okay. So we have this word, carefree attitude. Carefree, carefree. Afraid. Colleagues. This is colleagues. Colleagues. Your work, the person you are working with in the company or in the office, they are called colleagues. Yeah, here, colleagues. Okay, let's have first the vocabulary or the difficult words. Okay, end up, reach a final state or condition. It stops, it ends. Okay, slipshod, careless. Slipshod is careless. A person who is careless is also known as slipshod. Grit one's teeth. Show determination in a difficult situation. Okay, this is an idiom. Grit one's teeth. Whenever he faces a difficult situation, he grit his one's teeth. He grit his one's teeth. And grit one's teeth means show determination in a difficult situation. Outgoing, friendly, and sociable. Okay? Those person who usually go outside for enjoyment, movie, shopping, mountain climbing, going to beach are called outgoing. Yeah, outgoing, friendly. Next, we have counter, opposing. Yeah, opposing. Uh, some people counter stress by by spending good times with their friends. Okay? So they combat stress. When they feel stress at work, when they feel stress at something, they counterpart it with spending time with their friends. And there, they forget their stress. Next, we have going way. Okay. Self defeating, causing more problems and difficulties. Self-defeating, causing more problems and difficulties. Manifest, reveal, erode, cause to listen or disappear. And abandon means to stop or to leave. Now let's go back to the answer. Okay. The worst thing about stress is that it erodes. Erodes means listen or disappear. It disappear one's joy of life. Yes? When a person is stressed, his happiness about life, mm, his happiness about life disappear. Okay? I'm normally a pretty outgoing sort of person who finds a lot of things to laugh about. Now, the person in number two is an outgoing person, meaning to say he is friendly or sociable. A smile is part of my usual attire. Okay? A smile is part of his usual attire. Okay? So, He usually smiles because he is friendly. But when the things going, but when the way gets tough, okay, going means way. But when the way gets tough or difficult, I know that only the tough get going. So I have to abandon my carefree attitude and get serious about my job. Okay? So carefree attitude means you do not easily worry about something. Okay? So carefree means you do not worry easily about something. Because if you will get worried to everything, then you will always be stressed. That is why some people choose to be carefree. If it is just a little thing, they don't have to bother themselves. Okay? They just ignore. Okay, that is a carefree attitude. And those who those persons who are having a carefree attitudes are having a less stress life. I'm afraid that I'm afraid the stress out me is not a very pleasant fellow for my family and colleagues to be with. Okay, this person is anti about getting stressed because he knows that if he gets stressed, he knows that if he gets stressed, he will be unpleasant fellow. He will be not good fellow to his family. Fellow means person. Now, he always makes sure that he will not easily get stressed because he knows that if he will easily get stressed, then he will not be good. He will not be kind person to his family, colleagues, and colleagues. Because as what I have told you last time, that when a person is stressed, he easily gets angry. He easily gets mad. So that is why this person is not entertaining about stress because he doesn't want to be not kind or to be not good to his family and colleagues. Eventually, Mr. Nice Guys comebacks. Mr. Nice Guys comebacks referring to himself who is very outgoing, who is very friendly. He said that sometimes when he is stressed, of course, it affects his mood, it affects his attitude, but then he does not entertain himself getting stressed for long. That is why in a short time, Mr. Nice or Mr. Nice Guy is referring to Mr. Nice Guys refers himself, yeah, he refers the good uh, attitude of himself, okay, when he is not stressed. Okay, what about All right, so let's have here this one. Okay? So can anyone enjoy job-related stress? If so, how? If not, why not? I am the female and you are I am the female and you are the male. Okay, let's
Yes.
start now. I sure admire your boss. He always seems to accomplish his goals.
Well, he's hard to work for sometimes, but I agree that gets enough done.
He must be under a lot of stress these days, considering the adverse business conditions he has to confront.
Yes, but I think he
Thrives,
three
thrives on it.
try tries on it. The more stressful the situation, the harder he bears down. It's the rest of us who feel the stress more from him.
Maybe if everything worked fine all the time, he wouldn't get anything done.
Maybe so, but that situation will never exist. He will always find more new challenge to inflict on us and on himself too, of course. That's just the way he is. He is driven. He can't relax or net up for a moment.
Don't you wish you were like that?
No, not at all. Money is position are nice, of course, but they aren't the most important things in life. I would never want to get to the point where I was dying and all I had to look back on in life was my bank balance. I'd rather live my life to the fullness, fullness.
I guess that explains why he's the boss and you aren't. I guess, yeah.
I guess so, but the stress is talking is toll on him as well.
What do you mean?
He looks tired all the time. His eyes are red and he has dark circles under them. There's a constant worried look on his face, and I've never seen him so irritable.
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 That doesn't sound good.
No, I'm worried about his health. He's always had problems with his um I don't know
Ulcers.
what
Ulcers.
ulcers, but now he's smoking and drinking more than he used to. I'm afraid he's going to have a heart attack if he keeps this up.
His home life must be suffering as well.
Probably so. I know he's always had trouble spending any time with his family. I hear that his wife is seeking a divorce and he's never been close to his kids.
Maybe you're right. After all, putting it all in perspective, maybe he's concentrated on the wrong things in life.
I think so, at least when I look off for the day. My time is on to enjoy as I see fit. He never has any time of his own.
Okay. Now, can you tell me what is the good side of the boss? What is the good side of the boss based on this conversation?
The good side,
Yes, the good side of the boss as a person.
would say maybe that is the boss always appears with a nice in his suite. I think so.
Yes, he is nice with his suit and he is very hardworking. He
Yeah.
achieves a lot of things. Okay. He
Yeah.
is the boss. He achieves a lot of things. He is good in solving problems and challenges with his business. When 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 he solve one problem, he is challenged to look for another because he can really solve problems. He is hardworking and he spent much of his time in making his business grow. Okay, those are the positive side. But can you tell me also the negative side of him?
There are many bad things for the boss have to face, and especially that the stress in job. Sometimes he's faced with the health problem like red eyes, tires, and don't have a time for take care uh, his family and relax for himself and many other things. Really
Yes,
stressful.
yes, that's the bad thing about it because he is more focused with his job, with his work. Excuse me for a while. Excuse me for a while. Mama. Okay. Mm, okay, because he is more focused with his work. Yeah, he keeps on thinking how to run, how to make his business grow and get more money. The tendency is that he always looks tired. He looks tired all the time. And this is not good, right?
Yeah.
Yes. If if every day of your life you always look tired, no, that is not good because it will give many bad effects to your health. Okay? He has also he often also have red eyes, dark circles under them, meaning to say he do not have enough sleep. He doesn't have enough sleep. And then there is always a constant worried on his face. It doesn't look good. He looks very tired and he is always worried about many things. It doesn't look, yeah, it is not good. And he never seemed to be. And I have, okay. Okay, so another thing is I know he always had trouble spending any time with his family, okay? He always have trouble about spending time with his family because he is very busy with his work, thinking about how to grow his business. That is why his wife is seeking for a divorce. And the worst also is he's never been close to his kids, right? This is very sad. Because the very reason why we are working so hard is to provide the needs of our family, right?
Yes.
Yes. But in this case, if he is working so hard in his family, yet he doesn't have enough time to them to the point that his wife is looking for a divorce, is planning to divorce him, and he is also never been close to his kids, then all his efforts in looking for money, in making his business grow, are useless because uh, to whom will he spend the money if he will lose, if he will lose his wife and his children, right? So the important thing is we should have to balance everything. It's not good that we will give more focus on how to make our money grow and how to become millionaire. And we forget that we have a family waiting for us, need our time, need our love. Yeah, because one day maybe we will lose them because they cannot understand us anymore. So your your hard work, your efforts in making sure to have a big amount of money will be put to nothing. Okay, do you understand?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, so look at him. Okay, the CEO. Yeah, he is. These are, look at them. They look so tired and worried. So this is not good. Now, these are the words from this page. Irritable means easily annoyed or easily angered. This is common. To the stressed people, they easily get annoyed. They easily get anger, even to simple things. Okay, this is not good. Because if you always get angry, if you always get mad, even to simple things, then your family will get away from you because they are afraid of you. They don't like you and they will hate you. So the tendency is you will live alone. Then your money will not help. Yeah, cannot help if your family are not around with you. Okay? So that's not good. Put something in perspective. Regard something in terms of a relative a relative importance. Now, when you think that having money is, yeah, you need to put in perspective about growing money and saving your family. Yes, you have to give balance of your time. You must have to give 50% of your time to your work and 50% of your time to your family. You have to put it in perspective. You have to know that both of them are relatively important in your life. Knock off. Stop working. Stop working. Other person, when they feel stressed, they knock off. Meaning to say, they stop working for a while. If today they really face very stressed, then they will not work for that day. They will find for relaxation in order for them to regain their strength, to regain, to rebuild their energy. See fit, desire. Okay, it's the desire. Okay. What is the worst thing that you have encountered, you have experienced when you get stressed? Okay, like this. The person in this uh, conversation looks tired all the time, has red eyes, constant worried on look on his face. He cannot sleep well. What about you? So far, what is the worst experience you have about getting stress?
I think the bad situation when I face with the stress in my
Yeah.
job, that is I always felt bored, and I don't want to have any motivators for trying, and sometimes I want to forget everything, just stay in my room and don't do everything. Yeah, so that's really terrible.
Yes, yes. And that is because of stress, okay? But did you manage it this time?
This time maybe I have a more experience in manage the stress. Sometimes I want to find out another new thing for I can do. Sometimes I want to go to traveling, and
Yes.
sometimes I want to forget everything. Yeah.
Okay, that's very good that you have found your what is that technique on how to combat, how to fight that stress. Okay. Stress is everywhere. Stress is everywhere. But we need to be wise enough to handle stress that it will not affect our health. It will not affect our whole person, our whole being. Okay, do you understand the topic?
Yes.
Do you have questions? Do you want to say something? Do you want to share something about this topic?
No, I don't think I have any thing to share.
Okay, so let's move on now to issue 2032.
Yeah.
Hmm? Women are becoming more powerful. What do you think about this one? what's your
Um,
what's your idea about this one?
I
Women are
agree with that.
becoming more powerful.
Yeah, agree with that.
Why?
Nowadays, so many women they really success in their career. They can easy to a higher position in company when they can easy to compare with other men. And especially when they come back to the home, the men have to share many house chores with them, and the women nowadays have a many free time for themselves than before. Yeah.
Yes, yes. If you are going to compare the woman before and the woman in the present, there is a big difference. You know what? As I've heard to my grandparents, as I've always heard from my grandparents that women in the past, women in the in the old days are not given big opportunity to continue their studies to get a job because the old people in the past believe that women are not allowed to work. They are always be at home, take good care of the children, do the household chores. They are not given the more priority to be sent to school because the people in the past have this thinking that it's a waste of money to send them to school to let them finish a course or a degree because when they get married they will stay at home, do the household chores, take care of the babies, and that's all. Okay, that is why people in the past are spending much for the men because they have this thinking that they have to give the men many opportunities to send them to school, to let them find good job, to let them find high uh, salary job because when they get married, they are expected to raise their family. It is expected that their wife will not work, will not earn money like them because the wife is intended to be left at home, do the household chores, and take care of the babies. So the responsibility of looking for money, providing the needs of the family are all solely for men. Do you also hear that belief in Vietnam?
Yeah, that also
Yeah.
same in my country.
Yes, yes. Yes, I've heard a lot of people. Yeah, in mine, okay. In the countryside, I have, shall I say, financially stable neighbors. And then, sad to note that the girls, even if they are very capable of sending their daughters to big universities, to prestigious universities, I've heard that, yeah, the girls are not sent to school because according to the parents it's a waste of money because when they get married they will just have to stay at home, then they cannot earn something because they are not allowed to work, so it's better not to send them to school. Okay, but this time, No, that thinking is gone, right? There are many people. Yeah, this time men and women are equally given the opportunity to be educated, to be what is that, to be sent to school, to the university, and to get a high paying salary job. And most of the time, yeah, that is time, there are many couples that both the wife and the husband are working together, are earning for money. That is why women are becoming more powerful this time. Okay?
Yeah.
Yes, women have become the locomotives of our society. Okay, let's have this one first. Locomotive means powerful force that makes one other things happen or succeed. Okay? Locomotive means powerful force that makes other things happen or succeed. Emerge, appear or come out from somewhere. Walks in life, position in society, especially the types of job. Okay? Women have become the locomotives or the most important force of the society. They are emerging as the leaders in all walks of life and are the boss in many families. Do you agree with this? Women are now becoming leaders and the boss in many families. Do you agree with that?
Yes.
Yes. Yes. Before, yeah, women are not given the chance to become leaders in the society because they only believe that men are only the powerful individuals and that they are uh, given more opportunity to become the leaders in the society. But this time, it's equal. Both men and women are given the chance. Now, for instance, according to our recent survey, according to our recent survey, women have the decisive vote in buying the family car. Do you agree with that, with the results of the survey based on your own family? According to a recent survey, women have a decisive vote in buying the family car. Okay, so meaning to say decisive means a strong vote as to what car the family will buy. This one or this one or that one. What about you in your family? When you bought the car, who decide to what car to buy? You or your wife or to get the two of you?
Um, that's also mine because my wife don't know about engine and
Yes.
take list. So she puts me offer everything in the when I want to buy a car.
Yes, yes, because in that case, you are more knowledgeable about the engines, about the quality of the car than your wife. Yes. Yeah, I agree with that. Now, in what matters do women have the primary decision? In what matters do women have the primary decision-making power? What? Children's education, buying a car, eating out, planning a vacation, where to live, and visiting in-laws. Okay, look at the women. Now, in your yeah, based on your observation, what in which among these choices women have the primary decision-making power? Can you choose?
Um, yeah, I think nowadays the woman like to, or at least they want to offer their ideas about children's education,
What else?
eating out.
That's true. What
Uh,
else?
planning a vacation,
Yes.
and many women they really like because they want to choose where they live.
Yes. That
And visiting in-laws, I think that's either developing thing in life, so they don't care about that.
okay, okay. So that one. Children's education, mm, eating out, planning a vacation, and where to live. So these are the situations that women have the primary decision making. Yes. The children's education, yes. The mother or the women are very hands on when it comes to children's education. Yes, they want yeah, we always want the best for our children when it comes to education. Another is eating out. Now, between women and men, I think it's the women who knows a lot of new eating restaurant or eating place because men, yeah, based on my observation here with my friends, men do not care so much about about the new restaurant or the new eating place. It's the woman who is very verbal. Oh, let's try. There is a new restaurant, yeah, opening this week or next week. Let's try. Let's watch out for the opening and we will try if their foods are good. So it's the woman who are particular with knowing the many eating places. And also planning for a vacation, yeah. Women are what is that? Having fun is always having plan about planning a vacation. Okay. And of course, yes, after getting married, okay, the woman has always to say about where to live. Okay. So they have their option as to where to live after they got married with their husband. Okay. Now this time, okay, let's read the answers. Okay, please read sample answer one.
If it were up to me, I would visit my in-laws infrequently as possible. This is not because I think they are bad people, but they live far away. However, my wife insists that we visit once a month to be fair. So she also makes it a point that we visit my parents every month or so. But that only leaves me 2 weekends a month to do what I want to do.
Okay. So this person, yeah, the girl, her or the wife here, I know the boy or the husband here wants to not always visit his in-laws because they live far away from their place. But his wife insists that they should visit them once in a month. Okay? Once
Yeah.
in a month, even if it is very far away from their place. The girl insisted that no, we should visit my parents once a month. Then, to be fair, to be equal, the girl make it sure that they have also to visit the parents of her husband. And the husband said that in a month there are only 4 weeks, and then the first week will be spent to visiting to the parents of his wife, and the second week will be spent to visiting to his parents, and that he said that he only have 2 weekends in a month to do what he want to do. Okay, so this is the issue. What about you? How often do you visit your parents?
Um, because we living not far from my parents and my father-in-law, so we can easy to come back my countryside, also my parents' house,
Mm.
parent-in-law house. Every time when I have free time or when my wife want to come back, her family, so I try to put or prepare time for taking whole family go to visit my parent or her parents. So it not depend on how many time in a week or how many time in a month. Yeah.
Wow, that's very good. That's very good. It's very good to know that you have set a time to visit your family and your friends. Okay, that's very good. What about, okay, please read number two.
My husband still makes all the important family decisions, but he closely concerns me. If I don't agree with his judgment, he will usually change his mind.
Okay, so the girl is telling here that her husband still makes all the important family decisions. Okay? But he closely consults her. Whenever she doesn't like the decision of her husband, okay, her husband also is willing to change his decision. Okay, this is very good. Okay, this is very good because both of them are having the freedom to decide for the things they want to do. So it's not about that it's only the husband who will decide for the things. Because I've heard some couple that some family that only their husband will decide everything. Even if the wife doesn't like about that something, she doesn't have the voice to say no because it is her husband's decision to be followed at home. And it's not good. It's not good. Do you agree with me that it's not good?
Can you repeat?
Okay. There are some couple or family that it's only the husband who will decide for everything. And
Yeah.
I said that it's not good. Do you agree with me that it's not good?
Yes, I think that's also not good if the husband have to offer everything in his family, especially the thing to relate about the kitchen, like a refrigerator or something like that. Try to ask the wife because the wife face everything every time in her kitchen. So only her understand about the exactly thing we have to buy. Yeah.
Okay. Yes, it's right. It's also good to give the
Also,
wife the freedom to do what he wants to do and what she wants to decide for the family. Or okay, this time let's have now question number one. Who is the breadwinner in your family? Who manages the finances in your family? Are these the same person? Okay, let's have this one first. Consult means discuss with something in order to make decision together. Do you consult with your wife whenever you make decision?
of course, I always try to ask my wife about my decision before I pick. Yeah.
Yes, that's very good. That's very good. Because it's good when you two together made a decision. Breadwinner, a member of the family who earns the money to support others. Okay? Okay, so breadwinner refers to a person who has work and who earns money. But if If in the family, both the husband and the wife are working together, are earning for money, then the two of them are called the breadwinners. Finances, money that a person, company, organization has available. Okay. Dominant, ruling or controlling now. When when the husband is only the one who will make decision for his family, and that means that is an example of dominant. That is an example of dominant. Okay? Okay. What about, okay, question number one. Who is the breadwinner in your family? Who manages the finances in your company? Are these the same person? Please read.
I always turn over my pay to my wife, so I don't have to take the time out of my own busy schedule to take care of the daily spending necessities. As a result, we always have a fresh food on the table, and I have the comfort of knowing that the basics are well taken care of.
Yes. So in this case, the husband is always turning over his pay to his wife so that his wife will be the one responsible in taking care of their daily spending necessities. In that case, they always have fresh food to eat because they have divided the task. It's the husband who look for money, and then when he has the money, he gives to his wife, and then the wife will also do the task to buy the necessities or their daily needs. Okay, so they are dividing the task together. What about number two? Please read.
My husband and I both work. We jointly plan our household finances, and we each contribute to the family's budget. But we always make sure that we have money left over that is not mutually accountable. It's very nice to know that I can take a trip or buy a painting or gift to a charity on my own without worrying whether my husband will approve. This way, I'm working for myself, not just my family.
Okay. So, what are their setup? How does their life look like in this answer? How does their life or their family look like in this answer?
In my family, same with the answer eight, because my wife stay at home and I'm a main in my family. So people we are when we have any answer for this question because depend on X. Sometime with me, maybe with me, my wife stay at home is best choice, but with
Yes.
other people, yeah.
Yes, it depends on its other's family's choice. Yes, there's nothing, yeah. When your wife stays at home, that means everything is being organized, especially that your children are in their growing years. Okay? It's very important to spend. Yeah, it's always very important that the mother will have more time to take care of their children, especially in their growing years, because that is the time that they should receive proper discipline and proper guidance. Yes, I've heard a lot of couple who decided to let the wife stay at home in order for them to build a very disciplined and to guide their children. Yeah, especially in their growing years. Okay. Now, in the answer number two, both the husband and the wife are working together. Okay. That is why they together plan for their household finances. They contribute to the family's budget. They always make sure that they have money left over that is not mutually accountable. Okay? They said that it's very nice to know that I can take they can take a trip or buy a painting or give to a charity, yeah, in their own without worrying whether my husband or his wife will approve this way I'm working for myself, not just for my family. Okay, so they are what is that working together. Have decided to share some amount, okay, for the expenses of the family, but they make sure that they have some amount of money in their own pocket. Okay. So next Wednesday, we will continue to learn on question number two. Okay. Do you have something to say about our topic this morning?
No, I don't have anything to say.
Okay, so thank you so much for your time this morning. And on Wednesday, we will continue to answer question number two. Okay, happy Sunday. Enjoy your day with your family and kids.
Yes, thank you so much. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Đây, ngồi đây này.